Oga the chop am fuga fuga. He dey chop am nyanga nyanga. Oga the chop am nyafu 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 nyafu. Wa wa wa. Oga the chop am ya. He dey chop am fuga fuga. Oga the chop am nyanga 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 nyanga. Boom boom boom. Oga the chop am wa. Money, Africa money, Oga the chop am go. Woman they way, rich they enjoy. I say how we go bridge yo. The gap between accountant they chop oh. Oga the chop am fuga fuga. Bank manager they chop. Oga the chop am basa basa. Director they chop oh. Oga the chop am nyanga nyanga. Even pastors they chop 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 chop.
Hey. 12 minutes past 9. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, and it's time for Corruption Watch. My name is Daniel Dazi. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks again to our friends from Fidelity Bank for joining us this morning. Now, there's a trend emerging in Ghana that has the potential to alienate poor people from accessing speedy and efficient public services that only the state can offer. I'm talking about the normalization of premium services in quotes based on the ability to pay. Think about birth certificate and driver's license. Today, Corruption Watch will focus on another important aspect of fighting corruption. We're talking about institutional efficiencies or inefficiencies, which are plastered over with a supposed premium service offers. We ask whether we are increasingly monetizing speedy and efficient service delivery. Stay with us. The journey of 1,000 smiles began 10 years ago, and to celebrate this, MTN is giving away 10 brand new Hyundai cars in the MTN Momo at 10 promo, including the all-new 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe as the grand prize. You could also win other exciting prizes like Samsung Smart TVs, up to 3,000 Ghana cedis in eCash every month, and so much more. Just keep using your MTN Momo more for your everyday transactions to build points and win big. From now till the end of August, only on Ghana's best network. Remember, promo winners would only be called with 0244 300,000. Again, winners will not be contacted through text messages, nor asked to pay any money to redeem their prizes. Dial star 120 hash to check your points. Terms and conditions apply. Go on, just Momo it. We did for you everywhere you go. Our Kingdom Books and Stationery now offers a 30-day credit facility with no interest charge. Call us on 0302 764101 or 762307 or visit kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one stop shop for all of its essential stationery and furniture.
Are you ready for this? Yeah. Now when I say
Now, the partners bringing us Corruption Watch are the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ASILA, and Joy 99.7 FM. Find us on Facebook, Corruption Watch Ghana, Twitter at CW Ghana, Instagram, Corruption Watch _GH, YouTube, Corruption Watch Ghana. The hotline is 055-453-6586. WhatsApp number is 055-453-6295. Hashtag Wanamoni, hashtag Ghana Bread. Corruption Watch is sponsored by Star Ghana. Today we feature one of our 6 segments, and that's the Anti-Corruption School. On our Anti-Corruption School segment, we assemble resource persons to share their knowledge of anti-corruption cases and topics we feature on Corruption Watch in order to deepen our understanding of the issues. Of course, as we do always, we have lined up a panel of knowledgeable people to help us expand our knowledge of some of the key issues we will be raising this morning. In studio with me already is Kofi Kapito, Chief Executive Officer of the Consumer Protection Agency. Good morning, Mr. Kapito.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good morning to your listeners.
All right. Bright Sowu of the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition and user of DVLA's premium service will be joining us by phone.
Are you ready for this?
In the meantime, let's bring you some context to the discussions we are going to have. In May last year, we discussed reforms at the Ghana Driver Vehicle Licensing Authority DVLA on Corruption Watch. We highlighted the point that petty corruption is often possible in institutions where there's an interface between low-level public officers and the public, especially under circumstances where public officers have to process a request for the provision of basic services. There has been research by Ghana Integrity Initiative, Afrobarometer, CDD Ghana, and exposés by journalists to show that institutions that are prone to petty corruption include the DVLA, Passport Office, the Registrar General's Department, and the Births and Deaths Registry. My colleague Raymond Akwa will help us with some contextual analysis. Great.
Yes, Daniel. I mean, in recent times, we know that one institution that has been in the shining light is the DVLA. It has been reforming its structures, procedures, and also processes in order to remove bottlenecks. That's been fostering or promoting acts of corruption in the rendering of services to the public. One of the interventions we have been told of, which resulting from the reforms, is the introduction of the premium service. According to the DVLA's website, the authority has decided to introduce premium services to customers who, for a variety of reasons, may not have the time to go through the normal procedures to access the services of the authority. This is part of measures being put in place to facilitate the delivery of services in order to satisfy the desires of their dear customers, the DVLA has been telling us. Now, that is how it works, and this is how simply it's going to work. Once a customer chooses to access the premium service, they will be ushered into a cozy room where they will be attended to expeditiously. Staff of the premier office will be at the disposal of this customer. In this case, they help them fill the forms, they do the payments on their behalf, as well as other lead work that every other person would have gone through the main process would have been subjected to. Our checks indicate that the premium service costs about twice as much as the fee for the standard or the ordinary service. Take, for example, fees for renewal of licenses. The DVLA charges 64 cedis to renew a license within 4 weeks. That's like 1 month anyway. If you need it in 2 weeks, you have to pay 244 cedis at any of the Prestige Premium Service Centers. And if you need it the same day, in fact, in just 30 minutes, you have to cough up some 544 Ghana cedis. Voila, your license is clearly going to be renewed immediately. Now, here is a question that many are asking. Is the DVLA more interested in developing its systems and structures to serve everybody speedily and efficiently, or they are more inclined towards quicker and more efficient service for the one who can pay for it? Now, that's the question being asked. Elsewhere across the world, in places like America, where there is one standard, the system has been developed to offer speedy and efficient service at the same time without extra cost. They provide premium for only the emergencies, which have to be reasonably substantiated. In other places that we know, there is means testing. This ensures that those specifically who genuinely don't have the ability to pay but still require faster service are catered for under an alternative arrangement. These options should be explored as the way to go in the future. Else, the fear that many are harboring is that other agencies providing essential services may begin to go the way of the DVLA and the passport service to guarantee faster and efficient service for the richest in society alone. Now, if you're not careful, we will eventually erode the gains, because once everybody sees that they can pay more, they will get better and faster service. Even, of course, the have-nots, the people who don't have, will steal money to pay for that service. Essentially, we'll be running a cycle of theft. The poor will steal from their fellow poor taxpayer to pay for the convenient public service. Therefore, today, the impact of the premium service, special charges for premium or prestige services, individuals connected to the institutions often develop their own charges for special service on the blind spot or blind side of the authorities. Thus, the system is pricing poor people out of accessing quality basic public service. A classic example is what pertains at the Birth and Death Registry in their offices across the country, and as was illustrated in our colleague, investigative journalist Kwete Nati's recent work titled Paper Citizens. At the Birth and Death Registry's main office at the ministries in Accra, Kwete encountered the staff at the registry who identified himself only as Charles, with Kwete's permission, of course. We bring you excerpts of that particular documentary and can take a listen.
I have come to the Birth and Death Registry's main office at the ministries. I meet a staff of the registry who identifies himself only as Charles. Birth is expected to be registered for free. Late registration attracts a processing and penalty charge of 50 cedis. Particular search in the Register of Births and Deaths Registry is 5 cedis, but Charles charges 100 cedis for what he calls an executive search.
I want to change it as a market. But
I won't make the name Diashama.
Shama. Shama can make it Diashama. That if you get like Tema, that you will never get Tema or that is
that one will be the advantage. That one be
that is close to Shama. You see, like Tishi, there's a people Lekma, those areas. You see that you know get to know like Lekma that area.
Shama. But the Lekma there, why you get people for there?
I guess somebody will be good for them. That'd be where it is. Take it and make it for them.
So my money, how far?
The money there go.
He charges me an additional 150 cedis for a new birth certificate and adds that he depends on his network in other district offices like Lejokuku to do it for him. He charges over 200% more than what the registry prescribes to be charged.
No, you make relax too much. So you want time like 1 week?
Yeah.
Go do them.
How much? 1.5. 1.5. Oh, maybe I pay 100 already.
And 100 there you go.
Oh,
That
but if I make adjustment, give me the 1.5 what go inside.
you go to pay 100.
100.
But you see, but you know, I take the money you give them money. I don't go check for man. You go pay for office there. You see, then you go because I take access expression. So that one you go take you go chop. You know go take give you back.
Waiting to for such people.
You go you know go take give you back. You go talk you say the money chop. Give this place. So if you give the money, give the money you chop. You know on return give you.
Sent the defective birth certificate to a birth registry in Koforidua. This birth certificate had 3 variations in the cost in the central region. In Koforidua, however, I was asked to pay 50 cedis after swearing an affidavit. This is no different when I sent same birth certificate to the 37 military hospital for correction. I was charged 50 cedis and asked to go and swear an affidavit. This legal requirement was waived during my investigations in the central region, but there was a high jump in price when I went to the Birth and Death Registry at the Adabraka Polyclinic. This official, who gave his name as Dennis, was charging 150 cedis for it to be done in a week. I made a down payment of 50 cedis. I wasn't given a receipt for this, even though that's the standard procedure.
150.
This is wrong. According to the Register of the Birth and Death Registry, Reverend Kingsley Ado, the prescribed fee for late registration and correction of names is 50 cedis. The registrar says anyone who charges beyond this fee is in breach of the standard procedure.
Infant birth registration, which is not done at the head office, but done in the community offices and the district offices, all you need to provide is a child's weighing card or evidence that the child has been born. Once you do that, the registration process takes about 30 minutes. And at the end of that, you get your birth certificate free of charge. And it is instant. If you want a certified copy of that birth certificate, then you apply for it. The certified copy, you will pay for a search fee of 6 cedis, and any copy that you want will attract another charge of 5 cedis. So let's say you pay about 20 cedis to get your certified copy. This is what pertains. Now, for late registrations, where the problem is, you see, the law requires that we all will register our children before they are age 1. So it is 12 months for registration. Unfortunately, in Ghana, we have a situation where there's a backlog of people who were not registered at birth. through no fault of theirs, though. So the law makes room for them to apply for registration later. So adults also come in and want to register. It doesn't take 30 minutes to do an adult registration. It takes between 10 working days to say 14 working days to complete the process, because it has to go through the district where the event occurred for authorization and approval, go to the region for clearance before it comes to the national for us to do. So these are internal processes. We don't take a few minutes. So there's a waiting period. So we are saying that if you are an adult and you want a birth certificate, then you must be prepared to wait for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get the process completed.
You just heard excerpts of Kwete Nante's documentary. Still live on Corruption Watch on the Super Morning Show on Joe 99.7 FM. In the studio with me is the head of the Consumer Protection Agency, Kofi Kapito. Chief Executive Officer there will also be going on the phone lines to speak with Bright Sowu of the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC. The conversation continues when we come back. Stay with us.
At Afrodan, we believe that many of the problems people have with their health is as a result of the way they sit. In other words, your chair can kill you. Here's Dr. Marcus Mann of the Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
What you have to remember is that the spine is the lifeline to your body, and posture is the window to that spine. Now, posture is affected by your daily activities and habits like sitting. That's why at the Chiropractic and Wellness Centers, we recommend what I believe to be the best chairs available for preventing not only subluxations, but also other health problems that you may not be aware of. And that's Rabami and Mobilex chairs. Unfortunately, on a daily basis, I have to correct the effects of this poor sitting habit in our businessmen and businesswomen. Always remember, optimal spine equals optimum health.
So, for the sake of your health, buy Rabami or Mobilex chairs from Afrodan. We're on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade. Telephone 663-085.
Daddy, I bet you enjoyed your trip abroad.
Oh, yes. It was worth every peso, and the experience was breathtaking. The beautiful environment, the culture, and the food. Oh my, until I got terribly sick.
Perhaps from eating too many new dishes.
But you know, thanks to my Glyco travel insurance policy, all my medical bills were paid for the 3 days that I was on admission.
Really? Glyco travel insurance policy?
Yes, my dear. Glyco travel insurance is the best. Look, it covers medical and emergency services, personal assistance services, emergency return home, personal liability such as legal defense fee, loss of baggage, personal accidents, trip cancellation, or even delayed departure. And even these are the ones I remember off my head.
Yes, Glyco Travel Insurance has a worldwide cover and widely accepted by embassies, both Shenzhen and non-Shenzhen. Visit any of our Glyco offices nationwide or call 020-422-113 or 055-5305-547 for ready assistance from our experienced support team. Be safe, travel protected, and have a peace of mind. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
With the Fidelity mobile banking app on your phone, you can enjoy accounts to wallet transfers, airtime and data top-ups, utility bill payments, instant interbank transfers, and more. Download and activate the Fidelity mobile banking app. The highest transacting customer each week wins an iPhone X.
Visit setyourselffree.promo to find out more. Use the Fidelity mobile banking app today and set yourself free.
Terms and conditions apply. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
So clean an LPG tank, fill the tank with water. This forces out the remaining gas in the tank. Then release the water. The cleaner should wear appropriate protective clothing such as gas masks, goggles, boots, and gloves. LPG tanker vehicles should have appropriate warning inscriptions such as written warning signs, reflectors, and flashing lights. Storage tanks should be inspected regularly for rust and damages. Service providers should be called in when a defect is detected. A message from the National Petroleum Authority.
At UBA, we pay close attention to your every detail, making you feel like a VIP every time you visit us. We have the strongest financial and technological background, making us #1 in risk management. We have offices in New York, Paris, and London, and presence in 20 countries across Africa. UBA has successfully operated in Ghana for almost 15 years, with 28 branches throughout the country. Visit us today at a branch near you. UBA, Africa's Global Bank.
Promo way there, I had the. Sabi gusu yusu mi mumu. If you say MTN Echima Chedia no, Edia to table. Brand new Samsung 65-inch UHD Smart TV. Na brand new 2019 Hyundai. And I feel 3,000 Ghana there. You should say mono. MTN Momo. Still Misaka. The journey of 1,000 smiles. Yashasya 10 years ago. And to celebrate this milestone, MTN give you away exciting prizes in the MTN Momo at 10 promo. Yeah, you use Momo no. You could win one of the 2019 Hyundai i10 cars. Yes, some Samsung Smart TVs for baby. And they up to 3,000 cedis e-cash every month. And a grand prize, 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe in the MTN Momo at 10 promo. Into signing on and they keep using your MTN Momo. Now when it big, if it's August only on Ghana's best network. Dial *120#. Now check your points. Terms and conditions apply. Just Momo it. We're there for you everywhere you go.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, Sydney, je suis arrivé. Qu'est-ce que la nation soit sur les Ghana? Arrêtez le babadage. C'est moi, Ritu. Sydney back again. Yeah. Now, Hiniba. What you say now? Squad, alongside Man and Morris, Babyface. What you say now?
Money, Africa money, I got the top on fuga. Wanna money, Africa money, I got the top on fuga. Ile top on nyanga, I got the top on yafu. Wow, I got the top on ya. Ile top on fuga. I got the top on nyanga.
26 minutes to the top of the hour here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. In the studio with Kofi Kapito, he's Chief Executive of the Consumer Protection Agency. Bright Sowu of the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition and user of the DVLA's premium service is with us on phone. We reached out to Thomas Kusibua, Chief Executive of Public Sector Reform Secretariat. He agreed to join us. Unfortunately, he's not here with us. I'm going on the phone line quickly to speak with Bright Sowu in a moment, but your text messages are brought to you by Afrodan, your back must last you a lifetime. Glyco-critical illness plan GSIP, we cushion you for life. Afrodan is offering you today the most comfortable chair in the world, the Nightingale Extreme Comfort Chair. With over 10 thoughtfully engineered features, especially customized for health and comfort, working has never had it this good. Afrodan is on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade. Go there and feel the chair. You'll be amazed. Call us on 0302 663 085. Let me begin with Bright since he has used the system. Good morning, Bright. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, sir, and good morning to all your listeners.
Tell us about your experience using the premium service of DVLA in recent times.
So I did visit DVLA. I wasn't aware of the service until I actually got to the premises, and there was a public address system that was basically talking about the service. So I decided to check it out, and I realized, this service could actually get me out of here faster and was more convenient. So I subscribed to it. And what happened was basically then the service was a lot more on your own terms, unlike the ordinary stream where basically you are given dates and appointments are booked for you. With this service, you actually call and say, I think I'm ready. I want to take the road sign test tomorrow. I want to take this test the other day, and then you are processed to go to take the test. That's exactly what happened. I think the service came at my convenience when I was ready to go to take those tests instead of scheduled times for me to actually come and take those tests. It came at a higher cost, I should say. I'm not sure the percentage increment, but from the ordinary stream, I'm getting somewhere between 80 and 100%, or probably more than what people in the ordinary stream would have paid for.
I must also say the officers were very courteous and the service went as planned. So I was very happy to have been able to go through the service and excited to have done, the test when I was available to be able to do them.
They called you, you called them and you went to do a test?
Yeah. So basically, I want to take the road sign test. I give a call to the premium officer and say, this is my name. I want to be able to take the test tomorrow. Is that possible? They then get back to me and say, well, yes, we've processed the papers. You're able to come in and take the test.
Were you renewing an old license, or you were?
No, I was getting a new license.
You were getting a new license. It's interesting because the information we have from DVLA officials is that the Prestige services is not available for persons who are applying for new license.
Well, at the time I was, and this was in 2017, I was applying for an entirely new license. I had just taken the theory test when I discovered this particular service, so that's what I opted for. I don't know if the policy has changed since then.
How much were you charged, and were you given the receipt for it?
I was given a receipt for all the amounts I paid, but I do not remember the figures, unfortunately.
Okay, so tell me, how efficient is this service compared to ordinary services?
I think it has a lot more to do with the convenience from the client's point of view, that you are able to schedule and say within a very short time and say, oh, can I come and do the test tomorrow? And that gets done for you. Compared to the ordinary stream, they schedule you for an appointment maybe 2 or 3 weeks from then. If you missed that appointment, then you are scheduled to another time, even further back. So I think there's a lot more about convenience, but the association they're also very courteous, and it also meant that, if you wanted to go to do and you're ready to do your test in 2-3 days and go through the entire process, at least by the knowledge I got back in 2017, that should be possible. And
you're referring to the Prestige service?
I think, I'm not sure, now they have Prestige, they have Premium, but at the time I think they called it Premium service.
It's the Premium service that you're referring to?
I think that's what they called it at the time.
Okay, because it seems the Prestige only does renewals, and the Premium you can do a new license. That's what we have. Okay, so let me bring in Mr. Kusibuafo. Mr. Kofi Kapito in this conversation. Bryce, hold on just a moment for me.
Okay.
This phenomenon is not new, is it, Mr. Kapito?
I was a little worried when I heard this new practice or this new service that was being offered by the DVLA, as per the research that are we monetizing or the monetization of service to the people of Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
To me, what it is basically is they've legalized Goro Boys. Because the service that they are providing, that I don't have to go there and I don't have to do all these things, is what the Goro Boys used to do. Okay, because the Goro Boys, I don't need to go through the hula baloo of up and down. I'll sit down, somebody will bring me a driver's license.
Well, that's not exactly what happens now.
No, that is what you go, you sit down. Okay.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
you sit in the office.
You sit
there.
in an air-conditioned office.
Mm-hmm.
They even offer you water if you want.
Yeah, they actually offered me a canned drink.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what it is. I've used this service several times. The DVLA is trying to reform, which I agree, for better services. But the attachment of this is not even a minimum fee. If my normal license is 64 Ghana and you are charging me 500 and something Ghana, for crying out loud, this is more than 100,000%. It is not possible for you to do that to the people of Ghana. Yes, you like I said, I'm happy that maybe the idea that they want to weave out the Goro Boys who do things illegally, and then now officially DVLA wants to do it, but the prices is too much.
Bright, do you agree?
Well, first of all, let me salute Mr. Capito. He and South are doing very great work, but I beg to differ on a number of issues. I think essentially we have a system where there's somebody who is going to come in and want the service faster than the usual time it takes. That's a demand out there. Mm-hmm. And that's a service that used to be provided by these Goro Boys, like Mr. Capito rightly mentioned. Now, the service itself, I said, I know, it's not just people who hang around. Let's see if we can provide an emergency service for those people who are in a hurry, and there are some people who have very good reasons. Now, upon deeper reflection, what I think probably not have been considered is what should qualify one for this emergency service. And I think that's a discussion that we need to be having. Currently, it seems it's just about cost. It's about who can afford it. And of course, when you look at it from a more welfareist angle, you are saying citizens of Ghana paying tax and all that, we cannot have that. And I can understand, another argument in that particular line. But creating optional streams of service is something I highly support. Because if the institution itself does not, people are going to be around who are going to provide that particular service. That's just the reality of things. So I think our discussion should need to focus more on, if there's an emergency service, what factors and what should qualify one for that emergency service. I'm getting from Mr. Capito's comments, and then I will agree to an extent that it should not solely be an issue of cost. There are jurisdictions where you have to use other documents to prove why you need that emergency service. And so an issue of cost, you still pay the same amount of money. So I think right now we should be able to congratulate offices like DVLA and offices like the Passport Office that are creating an optional stream that could be faster. But then let's focus the discussions on what should qualify people for this emergency service. And it should not be something barely solely on cost. That I certainly agree with you on.
But he's right?
Yes.
Right. With all due respect, in other jurisdictions, okay, services are provided standard for everybody. Okay, apart from maybe passport in the United States, that there is an emergency that you need to travel. What is the emergency of acquiring the driver's license?
I get your point.
No, I'm just saying. You are trying. All I'm saying is, what I said was, I am happy that the Guru boys who used to take the money and the government wasn't getting anything now has been substituted by DVLA, and at least it will benefit you and I. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, there's no emergency in getting a driver's license.
This is a discussion that we need to have with the DVLA. We need to have with a number of people, because I'm also alluding to the fact that somebody is going to come in who is definitely going to want that driver's license in a day or two, or probably even in 24 hours. And that's the market that the Guru boys have been taking advantage of, like you have also recognized. And I'm saying that if the institution decides to reform and say, well, if the market is out there, some of our staff, don't forget, that includes some of the staff who are collaborating with these Guru boys, else that particular service cannot be rendered. Are collaborating with these people, let's find a way to actually institutionalize it. What I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's just institutionalize it so that we can get rid of this market just around our building, and all that money being paid to these Guru boys can actually come administratively to our institution.
Yes. That one. I'm not disputing. What I'm saying is, What I'm saying is, what is emergency? Because you said you went through taking a test, getting all these things. All right.
Yeah.
Fine. The question is, there's no way that you should take a test and get everything like that. Let me tell you what. I just returned from the United States. Right? I had a license because I've lived here for a very long time. My license had expired. Yeah. When I went back, I was not even automatically allowed to renew the license. I need to go through the whole process all over again. I need to take the written test. I need to take the road test before.
Okay, let me put in this argument, and I'll start with you, right?
Yeah.
There's the argument that if you want more efficiency, you should pay more money.
I do not subscribe to that argument. What I think should be done is, and I think some of these problems also are caused by this, that for a number of these institutions, there's no set time, a social contract that actually tells if I make an application, how long it takes. The unpredictability is what has led to a number of these issues. If I go to DVLA, is there a notice that says if the first process, when I take my theoretical test, the results coming around this time, when I take a road science test, this is how long it's going to take me, and those periods are respected. Because when they are, that you can predict that, then people can actually say, okay, if I need something around this time, I want to go around this time. But for most of our public services, let's take it beyond DVLA. You go for a service, and there's no predictability as to when you'll be able to get that service. And that's what creates all these situations people are trying to get it faster.
Okay, but so with the DVLA question,
it's not just an issue of emergency.
Okay.
We're also talking, like in my situation, it's a simple issue of convenience. I travel around the country a lot. I'm not always in Accra. Maybe I come to Accra a day or two. I need to be able to go back somewhere again. So I'm able to say, can I call DVLA and say, well, I'm in Accra. I'll probably leave tomorrow. I'm ready. I've studied for the road sciences. Can I come and take it? Instead of the 2 weeks that normally you'd have scheduled me for. So that's another point that we need to be able to look at when we factor it into this argument.
Which is why I was asking that requires some flexibility of the system. And shouldn't we be paying premium for that extra service?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, that we need to have a discussion on this. That if we are going to line up people who, for some reason, whether convenience or emergency, there should be some maybe extra charge. As for that, I agree with to an extent.
Okay.
But of course, having got his figures, I mean, I'm sure the figure I paid when I did 2017 was nothing more than 150% of what the ordinary charges. I just had Mr. Capito mention different almost that 1,000% difference. That's outrageous. And that's something we need to be able to talk about. So that to that extent, I very much agree with him. But again, I will insist that for me, creating optional streams, that serves a certain purpose. How it's done, the cost involved, that's the discussion we need to have.
Well, of course, he mentioned 100,000%, which is, of course, an exaggeration, clearly.
Was it really an exaggeration?
Oh, he mentioned 100,000%. Between 64 CDs. No, he said 100,000.
Bright, let me explain it.
Okay.
You and I agree that there are certain services that one might need it urgently. Yeah. Let me give you a typical example. If you have a medical condition that you need to be flown out of Ghana or go and seek medical assistance outside Ghana.
Yeah.
If they say that, yes, you are paying for an expedited passport because of your condition, I don't have a problem. But I have a problem where a driver's license. That is where you and I depart. Because to me, a driver's license is not an emergency. The fact that you are not, I beg you.
Let's let him land.
Right.
And then
if you are not in Accra a lot, you are in Kumasi, there's a DVLA office there. If you are in Tamale, there's one. All the regions, there are DVLA offices there. To me, I don't feel comfortable, as the whole research says, that are we trying to now put money as to how services are delivered?
Okay, let's allow him to respond now.
Well, I mean, let me first start with the example. Because I start my process in Accra, I don't the DVLA are decentralized enough for me to continue in Tamale. And so that's what I'm able to do once I've started the process in Accra. And that's what I'm alluding to. But again, we are talking about, and let's look at the economy aspect of it. There's a certain demand and supply going on, regardless of the argument. So the institution says, instead of this going on just by my building, outside my building, and in some cases, people are actually getting the, fake adequate driver's license and stuff. Why don't we institutionalize it? And I'm saying that is what I buy into. How that is done, I'm willing to discuss it. How much that costs, I'm willing to discuss it. But the argument beyond the emergency argument, and that's what I'm asking Mr. Capito to look at.
We are on the phone lines with Bright Soul. He works with the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, and Kofi Capito is in studio. He's the head of the Consumer Protection Agency. I want to throw the debate to the listeners. 0244340437 is a text and WhatsApp line. Let me open phone lines for a few minutes on this one. 0302216541. I'm going to open phone lines the entire show today. 0302216541. 0244340437. Do you think that we should be paying extra for more money for driver's licenses, more money for passports to be delivered, within record time? Mind you, it's expensive anyway. When I visited DVLA with my sister to get her driver's license renewed in the Prestige Center, we were speaking to a Kenyan friend who was saying that she can get it for less than how much we got it for in Kenya in a shorter period of time. So we still don't have the efficiency that we want. Unfortunately, we have to say bye-bye to Bright to make way for the phone lines. But we'll just do this for some 5 minutes and then we'll conclude the discussion. Again, Kusipwa, who is the head of public sector reform, he said he would join us. He agreed to come. He is not here.
Are you ready for this?
But get the Glyco travel insurance policy designed to cover travel costs and reduce the risk associated with unexpected events during your international and domestic travel to Europe, the Schengen countries, or anywhere worldwide. The Glyco travel insurance provides cover for medical emergency and hospitalization assistance, loss of passports, driving license or ID abroad, loss of checked-in baggage, travel of one immediate family member to the bedside of the injured, trip cancellation expenses, hijacking, and many more. Talk to us today on 0202 222 113 or 0555 305 547. Let's help you plan for a peaceful travel abroad. Glyco travel insurance policy. Cut the hustle, all the convenience.
Are you ready for this?
0302 216 541 0244 340 Get ready for the biggest gathering of football stars in Accra this year. It's the second annual Ghana Football Awards. Who wears the ultimate crown as the 2019 Ghana Footballer of the Year? Find out at the Accra Marriott Hotel on Sunday, the 21st of July 2019, as winners of many other categories are announced amidst glamour and drama. The Ghana Football Awards is powered by AE Mediacom and Activate 360, proudly supported by the Multimedia Group and DSTV. Sponsors are Jaguar Land Rover and Nasco Electronics. Ghana Football Awards, celebrating the stars of our passion. My first caller is George from Sakaman. George, welcome to Corruption Watching the Super Morning Show.
Good morning.
Great. Do you think we should be paying more for premium and prestige services?
We shouldn't. The normal circumstances, we shouldn't. They are providing service for the public. We shouldn't. But the thing is, you go to a place like the passport office or the license office you're talking about, there is a queue. And you'll be surprised. 6, 7 people come and bypass you, go and do that and come out. Meanwhile, you'll be in the line for some time. So the only language you understand in this country is corruption. I went for extract at the police station. And they were telling me, oh, this. And then I knew what they were looking for. I pretend I didn't know. Later when they finished, and they were telling me stories. It's everywhere. And it started from the top.
So has the prestige service solved the problem of Guru Boys?
Say that again.
Has the prestige service and premium service solved that problem you're talking about?
It hasn't.
Really?
It hasn't at all.
George, thank you for calling. Andrew is on the line from Adenta. Andrew, do you think we should be paying more for prestige or premium services?
And I think we don't have to pay more. We don't have to pay more for their inefficiency. It is something they should be doing already. So we don't have to pay, but they should step up their game. Because if they have a proper database for what they are doing, you can register in any DVLA office and have your test done anywhere in the country, provided they have proper standards.
Provided they have proper standards is the point. Andrew, thank you very much for calling from Adenta. Richard is on the line from Teshi. Good morning, Richard.
Yeah, good morning, Daniel.
Great. What do you think? Should we pay or should we not pay?
Yeah, we should pay. Because let's take DVLA for instance. You go there and the queue there. You understand? So if you feel like you don't have that much time to wait in the queue, I mean, they should create a special department for those premium services. So my money will tell as at what time I will leave there or not. You understand? Also, I think we should pay for it. It's good.
Thank you very much, Richard. 0302-216-541 0244-340-437. Where do you stand on this debate? Should we pay more for prestige services from places like Passport Office, DVLA Beds and Debts Registry? Mickey from Akosombo is on the line. Good morning, Mickey. What do you think?
Morning, Danny.
Yes, let's hear you.
More seriously, that is so wrong.
What is wrong?
I've been to driving license at Tema. That was last year. 2017, my temporary license was given to me on the 11th, 23rd October 2017. And I was supposed to get my driving license card on the 10th of February 2018. Till now, I've not got it. Can you imagine? This? And I went in to renew. They give me a station of 22nd of February 2018. I did not get it. I went in 26th of April or so 2018. Up to now, I've not got it. Meanwhile, I've gone through due process. I went to take the exam, I passed. I went to road test, I passed. I went to in-traffic test, I passed. And I passed through this. But I'm telling you now, I've not got my card. There was a line that you should call and inquire. I call, nobody even pick. Till now, I don't get it. Can you imagine? So what they are doing, what the man was saying is a lie. That will get your license at 2 weeks. My brother, it is a lie.
No, you see, so Mickey, he's talking about the prestige services.
Yeah,
that's what he's talking about.
So which means that rich people are supposed to do that, not the ordinary Ghanaian people who have a low, income.
Fair point, Mickey. Fair points. Thank you very much for calling. James is on the line from Spintex. Good morning, James. Hi, James.
Yeah.
Hi, James. Good.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on this?
Okay. The first caller, one of the, I think Bright or so.
Yes, Bright.
When he was talking, I think his stand was not fair. Okay, because we ask for premium service. In Ghana, we ask for good things, and we don't want to pay for good things. We go outside, and the same bright will pay for good things. And he's saying that it's not good for the other colleague who want to access, and that is expensive. Even the hospitals we attend in Ghana, there are premium hospitals that we go. You pay for good money there and get treated.
But you see, the difference with hospitals, on the hospital's point, they are private hospitals.
Yes.
They are not state institutions, and they do the premium service. It's your choice to go there or not. There's no premium service at Kolebu.
Okay. So now you go to, let's say, the premium service. You go to the best offers in Kolebu. There are premium rooms. There are private rooms and there are public ones. You choose which one you go in. Okay. You go to outside. You go to the US. You want a passport. You can go for the premium one and pay over $150 or $300 to access it, depending on the time you want it. Meanwhile, it is about $100 to just get it as you want.
Okay, so you support the premium service, James. Thank you for calling. Pardon me, but I have to bring on Shem. He's on the line from Pram. He's our last caller. Hi, Shem.
Yeah, hi, Danny.
It's been a while since we heard from you, Shem.
Yeah, of course, Charlie. Some of the issues when you hear, you want to call, but then you just keep Ghana and shit.
Let's hear you quickly in 30 seconds, please.
Danny, this premium service thing. How can I come for a normal service? Yeah, you tell me to come 2 weeks time. I come and I don't get it. Sometimes it takes as much as 6 months for you to be able to get the passport. Now, when I pay that 500 cedis, I can get it that same day. It means something can be done for the people who are paying, let's say, 64 Ghana to get it on that day, but they are intentionally sabotaging the system.
Maybe there are too many. Shem, maybe there are too many.
Too many, Danny. So you can't segment it. That today we are doing 100. Today we are doing at least 1,000 people. Danny, how many people are over 18 in Ghana? How many people are applying for licenses? How many people can even afford vehicles for them to even have licenses? It's a blatant lie that everybody's coming for a license. Is there a birth certificate? It's not a birth certificate.
Right.
It's above 18 years. You get my point?
I guess your point, Shem.
The charge is exorbitant. 500 and something Ghana cedi for a day. Come on, man. Why won't I go and look for money somewhere, do something wrong, get somebody to get me that money, then I come and pay for this premium service? You see, we're encouraging some sort of lifestyle in Ghana.
Okay. Shem, thank you. Thank you very much for calling. We've run out of time.
When I say,
This has been Corruption Watch on the Super Morning Show. I know Kofi Kapito was his final words, but Bright So is not in the line. So we are going to leave it with the listeners. You'll be listening to the arguments. Let the conversation continue. Premium service or no? But this is really a show about encouraging the fight against corruption. So remember that you in your own small way can fight corruption and can help in that fight. Reach us on the Corruption Watch hotline on 055-453-6586. WhatsApp us on 055-453-6295. Our partners for Corruption Watch are Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, Joy 99.7 FM, and Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ASILA. The sponsor is Star Ghana.
Are you ready for this? Yeah. Now when
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah.
A happy birthday to you, Gloria Hosi, from your